I'll tell you what, everything you've told me about and everything that I've been able to do is worth 1,000 times what I paid. And I'm going to talk about that right now. But I'm just thrilled to be able to support our military in the way that my wife and I have been able to do it. It's really been a big part of my life. And hiring our heroes is really a legacy. You know, when they say, well, what about Lee Anderson? I like to say, you know, he really loved veterans, he loved his country, and he helped provide work for millions, not individually, but collectively, millions of veterans who need work. Now, Kevin, my rock star, who's somewhere, right there, he gave me a few statistics, and I don't read well, but I like to talk, so I'm going to kind of paraphrase some of this stuff. We have done really a good job this year. This is our first year, but we've got traction, and I'm going to tell you why. 750 employers have hired 14,100 veterans and military spouses from the first 300 hiring fairs. I went to a hiring fair. I had all of our top leadership go, and I'm sure on a Saturday morning they're saying, oh God, the boss now, what the hell is this about? We're going to go. Every one of those, we had 17 people there, and we had 400 or 500 veterans come to this hiring fair, and I'm watching. These people, our people, my people, are so engaged in what they're doing, and afterwards they said, that's the best thing we've done. I have a whole different perspective now on hiring veterans. And I just suggest that those of us that have companies and are interested in hiring veterans, get your people out there. I mean, it makes a lot of difference. They can communicate one-on-one on them. We hired 17 people out of that one hiring conference. And I'm really proud of that. Incidentally, all of these people are doing a good job. These people say, well, do you have a lot of fallout? I said, you know, not really, because we make a real effort to try to find the right spot. And we're a multifaceted company, so we have a lot of different opportunities in our company. I hired a Navy veteran here in Indianapolis when Kevin and I went down to the 500 and so forth. Marvelous program there. And he was just standing there. I said, what do you do? He said, well, I'm sort of in between jobs. I said, well, what does that mean? He says, well, I'm working sort of part-time. I said, well, are you a veteran? He says, yes, I'm a naval veteran. And I said, well, why don't you come to work for us? He says, well, I'm an illustrator. I said, well, that's good. But you know, I wasn't sure if we were going to draw pictures. I said, you know what? We have a company that does modular housing. And there's a lot of drafting involved there, you know, computer-aided drafting today and so forth. And I said, I'll bet you'd be really good at that. And he's from San Diego, and by golly, he's working for us. He's in Rapid City, South Dakota, which is a long way from the water. But anyway, he's doing great. I check every month with him. I say, how are you doing? He says, it's great. These people have brought me into their family because I'm a veteran. In our company, API Group, we are a veteran preference company. We hire veterans above anybody else. And we don't always go through HR. I had a lunch today. You know what I mean? You cannot hire a veteran through the HR department. Because what? Because a veteran is never going to match what their requirement is. And we can't do it that way. We have to find people that are willing to work, who want to work in the worst way, and then the companies have to say, I don't know how we're going to do it, but we're going to find something for you that you like to do. And it's going to be a win-win deal for you and a win-win for us. And I believe that, and I got way off my anyway, we want to recognize Capital One for the commitment that they've made. And seriously, in terms of dollars, they have made a huge contribution to the hiring 500,000. You know, we had 850,000 veterans looking for work. That's 10% of the young men and women under the age of 25. No, 20% under the age of 25. Overall, we've 7.9 unemployment. 10% of those in this country are veterans. And that's a shame. Now, where's the problem? The problem is that in the next 5 years, we got 1 million more servicemen and women coming out of the military because of the downsizing, and 1 million more people. So what we're doing here, believe me, is really important work. I just love talking to these young people, and it's been more rewarding for me, far more rewarding to me than anything that we have done in the way of any contributions, because I love our country, I love our military, and I love these veterans. So anyway, here we are, the end of year one, hugely successful. We've got momentum. We're just going to keep it going now. We're going to pick up pace as we go, and I couldn't be more excited. So thank you, Jim, for your kind remarks. You know, it's wonderful. This man here, I should do in my lifetime what he's done in his. You know, ambassador, cabinet secretary, and all that. We're very honored to have you as a member of the class of 1961. Now you know how old he is. Thank you.